everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Claudia and today I'm going to give you a tutorial on how to use Trader's Gym, which is ThinkCapital's built-in backtesting software. So we are now in the ThinkTrader platform. Whenever you purchase a ThinkCapital challenge and you choose ThinkTrader as your platform, you're going to get access to this. It is integrated with TradingView, so if you're used to marking up your charts on TradingView, then you will find navigating the ThinkTrader platform very simple. As you can see, it's all the same tools and the exact same layout as TradingView. And you can see down here, chart by TradingView. So we're not here to talk about ThinkTrader today, we're here to talk about Trader's Gym. So let's go to the left-hand side panel. You can see we have Trade, Markets, Calendar, Trader's Gym, and Think Academy. So we're going to go into Trader's Gym, which is the fourth icon down. Now you can see to the left here we have simulations. When backtesting with Trader's Gym, you could have multiple simulations active at the same time. So say for example you have an entry model and you would like to test it out on different pairs. You can do that by hitting add simulation, choosing your pair, and then you can work your way through your session. Now I'm going to show you how to start a session. For this example, we're going to create a session on gold against the US dollar. So I've come into metals. You can search for your instrument here by just typing it in, or you can navigate through the folders here. We have crypto, energy, forex, indices, and metals. So I'm going to go into metals, hit XAUSD. Once you click on your pair, you can see that you have this simulation set up appear. So you can name the simulation. I'm going to name it XAUSD entry model just for an example. Or say you want to practice your entry model on different time frames, you could label it 15-minute. If you want to test out your entry model on that time frame, you could create another simulation, 30-minute, 1 hour. If you want to test your strategy out on an intraday trading style versus a swing trading style, because that's the whole point of backtesting. You're essentially applying your trading strategy to past market data to fine-tune it and master it, to figure out what works, what doesn't work, and how you can increase your overall win rate and profitability. And you can see this little drag tool here is allowing you to pick which time frame periods are available on the chart. So if you want to include all the time frames, you can just drag it to the far left here. That means that your backtesting session, your charts are going to include the 1 minute, the 5 minute, the 10 minute, the 15 minute, the 30 minute, the 1 hour, the 4 hours, the 1 day, the 1 week, and the 1 month. So you can use all those time frames if you're wanting to use multi-time frame analysis. So if you want your session to be based on intraday, then you can just drag that tool to the far left and it will include them all. Whereas if you only want to focus on the higher time frames, just drag it to the right and you can land it on whatever time frame you want. So if you set it on the 1 hour, that means the charts for your backtesting session will only include the 1 hour, the 4 hour, the 1 day, the 1 week, the 1 month. So it just depends which time frames you want to focus on. So yeah, that's how you can choose that and eliminate some time frames or else include them all. Now moving further down here, you can set the start and end date for your backtesting session. So we're going to click onto this. Just say you want to start it from January 2022, and then your end date, you can do January 2025, where we're currently at, meaning that you're getting around 3 years worth of data. So once you've set your start and your end date, you can hit apply, and that will update. Just remember, whenever you are choosing your start and your end dates, make sure that it includes at least 12 months worth of data to get reliable results to figure out whether your strategy is profitable or not. You want to place at least 100 trades over at least 12 months worth of data. So if you are focusing on the higher time frames and applying a swing trading style, then you're probably going to need to include at least a few years of data to ensure that you're getting those 100 trades in. Whereas if you're an intraday trader or a scalper, you might be able to hit your 100 trades within 12 months of data. If that's the case, if you find yourself placing maybe 1 or 2 trades a day, then you could simply change this to 2024 so that your backtesting session covers only 12 months worth of data. So let's keep it at 2022 where it's at, and moving to the right here we have our trade date, so we need to put that in as well. If you've forgotten what these mean after the video, you can see that there's little information icons here to explain to you what they are. So for trade date, it represents a date within the interval you've chosen. So data before this date is pre-populated, while data after it will be simulated. So if you're wanting to start your session the same start date as you set for your interval, then you can just replicate it. So we're going to find 2022, we're going to find January, and we're going to hit the 3rd. So that means that the data printing is the exact day as your start date for your session. Or you can maybe set your trade date a week or 2 ahead of your start date. So our start date for this session is the 3rd of January. So let's put our trade date the 17th of January, which is 2 weeks ahead of that date. So by setting the trade date 2 weeks ahead of our session start date, That means we'll have 2 weeks worth of price action to the left to analyze and use to apply our strategy. So we're going to go ahead and hit create. And as you can see, price is currently at the 17th of January, which is what we set as our trade date. And if I just take a step back onto the higher time frames here and move to the left, you'll see that that has started here on the 3rd of January. And looking at the time frames available here, we can see that the 30-minute and above is there, whereas the lower time frames are not. Now, removing certain time frames like this might come in handy if you struggle with discipline to stay on the higher time frames. So if you have a rule in place where you want to trade from the 1 hour time frame or above, but you always find yourself dropping down to the lower time frames, really reading into price action a little too much, removing these lower time frames like this is going to help to eliminate that. And it's going to force you to focus on the higher time frames where there's less noise, less data, and cleaner price action. Okay, so once you've got all that set and you're ready to get started, you can hit play and you'll see that price is printing as if it's in a live environment. Now, beside the play button here, you can fast forward it. You can set the speed, so we can do it 5 times. And you can see here that it's printing. Let me just zoom in. You can see it's printing faster. If you hit 10 times, now it's printing even faster, 25 times, and 50 times, which is the fastest. Now, a piece of advice for setting your speed, I would recommend only putting maximum speed on if price isn't near your entry area. So if you've identified your entry point where you want to look for an entry from, then you can speed it up so that you're saving time and you're not waiting ages for price to reach there. However, once price reaches your entry point, I do highly recommend slowing it down, and that's going to give you more time to capture your entry. Okay, so once you're ready to enter a position on your backtesting session, make sure that you've paused the price action so that it's no longer moving, to give you time to apply your position tool, figure out your perimeters, your take profit, your stop loss, and then once you're ready, hit either buy or sell up on the top right hand corner here. So you have sell to the left, buy to the right, and you can tell these apart with the B and the S. Okay, so we're ready to enter a buy. This is just purely for an example to show you guys how to use Trader's Gym. Okay, so we're going to hit buy and this opens up our order form. So just make sure you've hit buy or sell the correct direction. Choose your order type, so whether it's market, which is instant execution, a limit order, or a stop order. So we're going to use market for this example. Your amount is your lot size, so it's your position size. So 100 is 1 lot. So we're going to go ahead and use that. Your take profit, you can see here to the left that we have our position tool outlining our take profit and our stop loss. So you can just drag the take profit up to where your position tool is, which is really handy. You don't have to type it in. I don't need to look at the price and then come over here and type it in. I can simply just drag this take profit here, okay? So as soon as you turn on that take profit, that's going to appear and you can toggle it to wherever you want. Now we're going to do the same with stop loss. So you can see here it's off. I'm going to turn it on and that has now appeared. So I'm just going to drag that to where my position tool is. And you can see a little banner here that tells you this is sim trading, not a real trade. Okay, so once you've got all that set up, you've got your position size, your order type, your stop loss, your take profit set, you can go ahead and confirm buy. But before I do that, I just want to show you the gym balance over here to the left-hand side. So we have our cash balance here, which is $25,000. We have our profit and loss sitting at 0 because we haven't entered a position yet. We have our equity sitting at initial balance as we haven't traded yet, and our margin level 0. Okay, so we're going to see those change as we enter this position. So I'm going to go ahead and hit confirm buy and place order. And then you can see to the left here, this is now changed. So we have a floating profit and loss of $20. That's basically just spread because we haven't pressed play yet. We have our equity and our margin level. So I'm going to go ahead and hit play and we'll just show you how this affects your gym balance to the left. I'll just speed this up to 50. That was crazy. Okay, so you can see now that our balance has changed. Now, if you come down to the bottom panel, you can see that in closed, there is now 1 in brackets. That means we have now closed 1 position in total. So as you work through the data, as you work through your backtesting session and you place trades in accordance to your entry model and your strategy, this was just an example. But you're going to be able to collect your stats down here in your closed positions. And over time, you're going to be able to figure out whether your strategy is profitable, which sessions most suit your strategy. You're going to be able to tweak your trading rules. So you might find that you're risking too much, that you're over trading, using Trader's Gym is going to help you to identify what you need to change. In other words, what doesn't work, and it will also help you to strengthen what does work. So yeah, that is how you open a simulation, how to start a backtesting session on Trader's Gym, how to place a trade on Trader's Gym, and also how to navigate the speed settings. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and let us know in the comments what your favorite thing is about Trader's Gym.